Okay, here we go. It is election season. You know what that means? You and I have got to learn to properly prepare for election season. What I mean by that is it is the age now, it will be 2 straight months of a brand new random Trump attack that gets pushed by the media, pushed by the Democratic Party, and everybody jumps in and acts as if it's really legitimate this time. And it's easy for you and I to get caught up in them. Not necessarily believe it, right? Because I'm talking about the Atlantic piece that ran where Trump supposedly called the dead troops losers or something. That's not remotely believable. It's not the way he conducts himself in private with police and fire and military guys. He just doesn't do that. So whatever, setting that aside, whether you believe it or not, you need to get ready for more. You know this isn't going to be the last one, right? And every single one is going to feel legitimate. And this happens every 4 years. Every 4 years, the Democrat Media Alliance has a group of these stories ready. And don't believe them when they roll out the next one and say, this new information came to light. Somebody has come forward. Always an anonymous source, right? This one had 4 anonymous sources. Nobody ever wants to put their name on that. I would think if I was accusing the President of the United States of America, calling our fallen veterans losers, I'd be more than happy to put my name on that. Donald Trump said it. Oh, come on. No, he didn't. But they're all going to seem legitimate. They're all going to act like this is new info. That's not how the Democrat Media Alliance does things. The Democrat Media Alliance already knows the next 2 or 3 scandals they're going to roll out between now and Election Day. They have the guests lined up. They're going to push for cable news. They have the talking points lined up. They have probably already emailed said talking points out to the Democratic candidates, or the Democratic candidates, if they're the ones who came up with it, have emailed the talking points to the media people. And don't tell me, Jesse, they don't work together like that. You forget we've had leaks. We've had several leaks now because this is a technology age of email correspondence between the Democratic Party and media people, and it's how you would talk to an employee. It's how you would talk to an employee, a coworker, a teammate on a football team. Hey, I just want to make sure you know, when we played the Atlanta Falcons this week, we're going to be playing a lot of nickel. All right, I got it. We're playing nickel. That's how they talk to each other. Look at who works in the newsrooms. That's all you need to know. Who works in the newsrooms? A bunch of Democrats. And when do they leave said newsrooms? As soon as a Democrat gets elected and they get a job in that administration. And they go right back from that administration back into the newsroom if a Republican gets elected. You need to understand they are one and the same. They're the same entity. They're not working with each other. They're the same thing. That's one. 2, when I say it's going to seem legitimate, they know how to make these stories look good. They do this stuff for a living. Don't you remember? Do you remember the Brett Kavanaugh stuff? I know vaguely. You remember it was a big disaster and it looked really bad. They had a big show trial on. But they had multiple witnesses willing to come forward, writing articles about Brett Kavanaugh assaulted me. And then it would come out the lady was some wingnut he's never even met. Completely discredited, and no one covers that fact. Oh, okay, I guess we got that wrong. And then they roll out another one, Brett Kavanaugh, serial rapist. And it turns out she's a nutbag too. And so they all forget about okay, never mind. And then who can forget Christine Blasey Ford? You remember that? She has this story, this heartbreaking story, and she stood there in front of Congress, and her voice quivered, and she looked like she was scared and crying. And it turned out to all be crap. The least verifiable story ever. A story that's so bad, if Brett Kavanaugh was a private citizen, he undoubtedly would have sued her for libel and won a fortune. There was just, I don't remember anything. Come on. I'm afraid of flying. Turns out she flew everywhere. You forget how much crap that was. But even I, as cynical as I am, even I had a moment watching her voice quiver before Congress, just a scared woman. I had a moment where I thought, man, is that real? You think that looks real? And then, of course, we got all the facts, and none of it was real. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.